Yo,
Yo,
man, what it do, baby?
what's up with it, bro?
What's baby? What's good with you? Glad
Man,
to see you still got it, still got it cracking out here in this pandemic going on.
I'm trying to make it happen.
But me myself, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. And when it comes to politics, I think it's just that politics. I think they both sides are playing the game that don't necessarily have anything to do with the black community or the black cause. We didn't gave our votes as quote unquote Democrats for so long for free that they continue to expect us to get it and give it for free and don't ask for nothing in return. Every other generation that has come here to America by their own free will, us as black folks, we was stolen and brought here. Other people come here from other countries and other places. They come here and they stick together and they get a vote for their community. You get the Orientals come here. You got the Orientals, they vote for their community. You get the Jews come here, they vote for their community. We don't do that. We vote for color. And that's so deceiving because we know that they've been using our black faces for many years to deceive us. So I don't think, with Trump, I feel he was your good old white boy redneck that's always been there, the same racist white boy that's always been there. I don't know how racist he is, but like you said, he's a money guy. Most money guys see shit money ways. If you got money and you a nigga, he'll fuck with you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But with Biden and this Kamala Harris, and we gotta stop just voting on color. We got to start actually going, and if we voting on color, we got to go back and actually do the research on the people of color that we voting for. Because if we go back and do the research on Kamala Harris, she was in California, baby. We in Cali right now. She been fucking us for years. You know what I mean? You go back and look at her background. She's been known to keep people in jail who's been proven to be innocent by the Freedom Act projects. And Supreme Courts had to go and overturn and overrule her ignorance. I don't trust them, bro. I don't trust them. I don't trust their history. Anybody who's been in this game and put in the game of politics over 20 plus years and have succeeded in it, they tainted, bro.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. Here's the thing, though. Aren't you doing the same thing that you just warded against?
What's that?
You saying that we shouldn't go against some. I mean, we shouldn't just go for something because of color, right? But then on the flip side, you saying we shouldn't trust people who've been in politics for X amount of time and succeeded because it's no way that they can still be pure, right?
But understand this. This is the game of politics. If we understand the game of politics as people, then we get what we're supposed to get out of it from the people that we still don't. You think they care about doing something for the Filipino community, the Oriental community, the lesbian community? The reason they do shit for them is because they bound together and make them do things and make them do shit for their vote, or they not.
No, I agree with you, but I'm just touching.
I'm not. I mean, we can't trust either one of them, bro. But if not trusting them, don't mean we can't work with them in this system.
I agree with you, but I'm just touching on that one point. I just don't want you to put that out there without clarification. You're saying there's no way you can be in politics and succeed for 20 plus years without being fucked up.
And they all tainted. That's a fact.
Okay, here's my counter to that. People would also say that about the music industry.
And that's a fact too.
Or not. I know people that's been in the music industry for 20 years and aren't tainted. They can't. For instance, me.
You one of them, nigga. I watched you from way back in the day. I remember with you and Malone. You one of them. Not all of us. I understand. There's some cool people in politics, but those people don't have the majority vote. It's a majority of cats that's in there for the dough and for the influence. Then you got some guys who come in there wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, wanting to do good for America, wanting to really do for the community that they was sent in there to do for, and they get in there and they see, oh, damn, it's not like that. It's not that type of ball game in here. And those few good people get silenced by the majority. Same thing in hip-hop.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying don't take away, because that's also something that I look at when people say shit like that about the music industry. I internalize that, because it's like, well, what the fuck am I doing if it's not even being recognized that a fight is actually happening? You feel what I'm saying? So if you got somebody like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in there, fine, they're career politicians, they can't be trusted. Bet, I'm with you. However, don't blanket it with the statement that if you've been in there for X amount of time, then you are corrupt in some way. Because then I look at that as, when people say things like that to me in the music industry, well, you know, if you've been, like, I've been doing, you know me, I've been doing this shit 15 years. Oh, well, you got to be doing this. I ain't never took no money. I ain't never did nothing.
And you hear it though, I watched your grind. I know where you came from. I remember you downstairs in Malone fucking studio. You and my nigga Chuck getting y'all work in, man. I remember the nigga us going to them bullshit clubs in Hollywood and fucking around niggas. And I remember your grind and your hustle. But that's the thing. We have to go do our due diligence and do the research on the people that we send is supposed to be representing us, so we know what type of people they are. We can say that, like I said, the majority of them, they are tainted. They are there for the money. But
I
it's
agree.
also some ones that go in there with good ideas and good qualities and want to help, but they get silenced in that game. You have to know the difference between the one who got silenced and the one who got the big screen, like Biden and Kamala Harris right now. I'm surprised. I'm very nervous on what type of laws these two are about to get in and start passing underneath the table. I respect.
You know why I'm not nervous about that? Because I was talking to my friend about that shit earlier. She's so nervous. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm worried about the laws, and I'm not worried about none of that. You want to know why? Because they saw firsthand what can happen when the people don't fuck with what you talking about. Everybody in America for the last year, or if you want to count the last 3.5 years, then got a front row seat to what will happen when people don't fuck with you. It'll be, and here's the thing, it'll be even worse than it was for this past year and the years before that. Why? Because they know that they couldn't have done this without us. Trump feels like Trump isn't, first of all, Trump is an entitled rich white man.
Of course.
It don't get no higher on, it don't get no more top shelf than that.
Facts.
You a rich, entitled white man in America, and you're the president. It don't get no more top shelf than that, right?
Right.
That being said, if you pull that back, you got a senator from the Bay Area and a nigga who rode the coattail of a black man into the White House. They know for a fact that they can't get away with no bullshit. As of today, we can't worry about what they did in the past, because it's been a lot of people talking that Trump shit on my page, right? Hitting me with the comments, oh yeah, but you know, Kamala Harris and the crime bill and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm saying, and you the same woman I know that took the same ain't shit nigga back 4 times too. So what the fuck are we talking about? Exactly. That being
it always been sinister.
It's some real shit. I don't want to hear nothing about no crime bill. I don't want to hear nothing about how Kamala Harris done locked your homies up if you done took the same ain't shit nigga back 4 times.
And they do that. Yeah,
That being said, they know for a fact we can't worry about that shit in the past, because everybody done took homies back and did some fucked up shit to you, stole from you, etc. We let the homies back on. I know homies is riding around with niggas that done told.
But that goes up. That's based on your character.
My point being, we can't worry about that shit because we going forward. So we going forward. They know for a fact, right? Because I know your back, I know your lineage, I know your pedigree. You know for a fact that if you let a nigga come back around and he did some bullshit, he knows that he's on thin ice.
And then super thin.
So he knows what's gonna happen if he violate again.
Facts.
They know that
passes.
Too. They know that too. Kamala Harris and Joseph Biden Jr. knows that too. Trust me.
I hope they do though, but see that's what I'm hoping. But that's the fucked up part about politics, is that you want to hope for somebody that's gonna come in and actually do what they said they gonna do. You know what I mean? And that's the tricky part of politics. You know what I mean? And it just sets me at unease. I'm uneased about the whole thing. I'm just like, I'm really like, you know, me, I'm a hustler. I'm from, you know, I'm gonna get mine regardless. Whoever in president ain't gonna stop what the fuck I'm doing. God can only stop me. But at the same time, future shit can fuck with us. You know what I mean? Future shit, like for instance, a lot of us, we got uppity and they let us play us. We played ourselves out of the affirmative action. So now you saw where niggas was getting jobs and was having to get those jobs. Yeah, it was based off of they had to have the education and the skill level to be able to product themselves once they got accepted from that little help that they gave us. But then we became, oh, we're educated now. So when it was time to renew that, oh, we don't need to renew that. We won't have to worry about that. We're doing better now. As a people, we're educated now. No, what America is shocked over by how close this race was is how America is still split down the middle, pretty much the same like it always been.
Yeah.
All it did was show its evil head. When Obama got in office, white folks was fed up.
Certain ones.
Certain ones. Yeah, not all of them. Not all
a lot
of them.
Of
Us
them.
Californians, our white folks in California is a different breed. I'm not gonna lie, dog. You know that. I know that. They a different breed of white boy. I mean, not to say that they ain't still got your, you know, that they qualities, but they're a different breed than Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama's.
We ain't going
Florida
for none of that out here.
It's different. We don't get that. You know, it's a shock if we see a white boy call us a nigga. We like, it's unheard of. How many times you been called a nigga by a white boy? In
by a white man? Not to my face like that.
I'm talking about in your face.
Oh no. They not with unless you gotta go to real certain
exactly.
pockets.
Ask our brothers in Florida,
before you
North
get
Carolina,
there.
And Georgia,
but you know before you get there what's
man.
Up.
It's part of their life. They've been called niggas so many times, they just accept it like, man, crazy ass crackers, man. But yeah, we just have to make sure we getting, like Cube said, man, we got to get something for our vote, man.
I agree with you.
Period. We got to stop giving free votes.
But like I said, this is why I'm optimistic, bro. And because we let homies that violate come back around. And they know what's going to happen if they violate again. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping for a better day, man, you know, because we all down here and we still need help out here while it's still going down. Us as a people, we still need help. You know what I mean? It's a lot that's owed to us as a black community. And it's time for them to start actually doing. You know, we done built this joint. We didn't invent shit that they didn't stole. We didn't made music they didn't took. We didn't took ass whoopings that wasn't supposed to be given to us. It's time for them to start paying us and helping the black community get back on their feet. And then you don't have to worry about the niggas in the corner. You think a nigga from 60s or over or 30s or 20s want to fight when they got bread?
No.
They fight because of the conditions, man, and the crumbs that's left for us to fight for. You take that away and start giving back to these communities and start giving them something they can lift their fucking heads up to. Ain't no happy rich nigga making money trying to shoot no niggas, man. Facts. You know, but yeah, that's how I think about it though, Hed, man. It's always a pleasure fucking with you, baby.
I
appreciate
what I mean?
You, like bro. Always, man. Salute like always. Keep doing you, man. Tell that nigga Chuck I said what it do, baby. Congrats on that baby, man.
For sure.
For sure.